Singapore wakes up. Wake up, Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman.
Wake up in the morning feeling like
Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Big Show, Tuesday's edition. And that's why we have award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan, with us. Good morning, Gerry!
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Gerry. How are you this morning?
I am good. It's sunny this morning. It's very sunny outside.
So,
Nice.
Gerry, do you like the teepees standing on the Ovid Bridge, with their cameras, hiding and finding people?
Are you doing something wrong
Yes.
on the roads? That's why.
No, this has been going on for years. That's why. So finally, I realized how powerful I am on the radio.
Oh.
And so, in the past, I would just maybe take the side of these cops standing on top. But I feel like, it's so passé. They've been doing this from the 70s. Now with technology and all that, putting stupid things in my car, 3 pieces of stuff. We should be finding people from the sky.
From the satellites.
From the satellites.
Harnessing
Why do you
the
need
satellite.
these monkeys hiding behind bushes with their cameras?
Well,
right?
you know what? I mean, if you're listening to us and you're one of these, in inverted commas, monkeys that stands up on the overhead bridge.
No, only I can call them
Please,
monkeys.
that's why I said in
inverted.
inverted commas. Do drop us a message on WhatsApp, 88550920. We want to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah.
What's it like standing up there and, zapping people
must
with
have
that
done
machine?
something wrong.
Glenn, so
Okay,
mean.
enough.
Okay.
Let's talk about what Dr.
Yeah.
Gerry wants to talk about.
Dr. Gerry, holiday blues.
All right. Sad
Yes,
people.
it is the holiday. It is the holidays, and the primary schools are also closed now. So the secondary schools closed a little bit earlier, and now the primary schools are closed. So now holidays are in full force. So I thought it would be good to talk about holidays.
So what are holiday blues?
So there's a difference between holiday blues and seasonal affective disorder. It's SAD. So that's why Glenn says sad people.
Yeah.
Seasonal affective disorder. Well, it doesn't really occur in Singapore because it's supposed to be linked or associated to the season, right? It's a type of depression. So seasonal affective disorder is diagnosable. It's a clinical disorder. And you can diagnose it. So this is where as it gets closer to fall, where it turns colder. The days get shorter, the sunlight or the number of hours that the sun is out is shorter.
Yeah.
They start to fall into this depressive state, and it is the full-blown, eating too little, eating too much, oversleeping, feeling listless, affecting functioning. So a disorder always affects functioning. So it's a little bit more sinister.
But it doesn't help that Christmas comes around at the end of the year during Christmas.
Yeah.
Not during Christmas, during winter, when everything is grey and
Gloomy.
wet and cold and
Yeah.
gloomy.
But then wouldn't something like Christmas lift? Shouldn't it just lift that spirit?
Not
then?
if you don't have anyone to celebrate it with.
So it's slightly different. So you can pull in all these different reasons for why they feel sad. But a depression is a depression. So when it hits you, you feel a lot of lethargy. There can be a lot of people around you. There can be a lot of festivity. You just can't bring yourself to celebrate it, or you just can't bring yourself to move at all. So there is even like winter sad and summer sad. So winter seasonal affective disorder usually is characterized by that sluggishness, the overeating, the oversleeping, that whole hibernation, wanting to withdraw from everyone. So that's the winter sad. So there's the summer sad also, which is not as common, but they also some people do also suffer from it. So they get a little bit more, it's a little bit different, where they are a bit more aggressive, they're more irritable, they can have poor appetite, they can have weight loss. So winter sad, they overeat, or they are a bit more sluggish, so they don't move. Summer sad, they have poorer appetite, so they don't eat. So there's the weight loss. So one has weight gain, one has weight loss.
Do you see this more in people who are more in solitude?
All right,
I'll ask
hold
you
on.
that when we come back.
Yes, you're tuned into Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. We're speaking to Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Up next, Knox, I'm so good at being alone.
Ooh, perfect
There
song.
you go. Some people are very good at being alone. We'll talk about that as well.
I feel like some people are good at being alone because they're not lonely when they're alone.
Yeah, but is solitude a contributing factor to seasonal affective disorder?
If you're in prison,
disorder?
yes, I think.
I wouldn't say prison, but I do know that there are some people that are overseas and they're working overseas alone. That can contribute. But if you're talking about SAD, although it is a contributing factor, these people do isolate themselves also. So it is part of that signs and symptoms of the disorder that they withdraw and they isolate themselves.
Does stress contribute to the holiday blues?
So that's SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah.
So holiday blues is definitely milder, and the triggers and the causes can be very, very different. So you and I can get a little bit of that holiday blues. So the clinical disorder lasts for about 4 to 5 months. The holiday blues, thank goodness for this, last only during the holidays.
Okay.
Hopefully. So it's about 1 to 2 months, or whenever the holidays are. So they can stress be a contributing factor. Various things can be a contributing factor. So there's not only the stress, is what type of stress. And many times when the holidays come around, parents will complain, I don't know what to do with my children. Because school takes like 70% of the time, right? So there's a structure, and there are enrichment programs that they go to school, that they go after school, and then suddenly holiday comes around and there's nothing. And the parent is stressed trying to curate different programs or look for programs for the children. Or they feel compelled, I need to interact with my children, I need to do this, I need to do that.
I always thought the holiday blues was a festive thing. I didn't even realize that the
Yeah.
holiday blues
Yeah.
is for people that have people as well, but don't know what to do with them, like the parents, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yes.
these days, Jerry, I mean, people can afford to take their family on a vacation.
Not all.
You know, okay, yeah, maybe not all. I know when I was growing up, I mean,
Yeah.
I very seldom went for holiday trips. I remember my mom, and my dad used to suggest or rather used to say okay, one day we will go to Disneyland.
Oh.
And that used to be a dream, but of course we could never afford it.
Yeah.
I think growing up, I only went to
Malaysia,
KL once,
yeah.
took a plane ride, and then for the rest of it was just driving in to visit some relatives in
Yeah.
Malaysia. But we never had money to go, any further than that.
Fancy places.
So but I think these days there are more people who can perhaps maybe afford vacations. Of course,
Yeah.
there'll always be some people who can't. But like you were just mentioning, right? Parents are thinking about all those things. Are they thinking too much?
Yeah.
Should they just, if they can afford it, just go somewhere for a holiday with the
It's
family?
still stressful though. You got to plan the holiday as well.
It's not
You got
easy.
to please everybody that's in the family. I mean, just having a partner alone, you got to please the partner. Then you have 2 children, and you got to figure out which child wants to go where and who wants to do what. So it's stressful there.
No,
as
the
well.
kids have no say.
Oh my
No, but
goodness.
if your kids are in, say, primary school, and
Yeah.
you are going on a holiday to a place that doesn't
have anything
appeal to
to them, yeah.
that's going to cause a whole lot of different
There,
problems for
Disneyland,
you.
lah.
Yeah, but you need to appease everybody.
Yeah.
Though. You just said the kids have no say.
Well, who knows? I mean, I have no kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is true. A lot of stress comes from planning a holiday, and I've seen couples. So don't talk about families, right? I've seen couple quarrel, over a holiday, over like where to eat, the even the type of hotel that they stay is like, why didn't you check the price, or why didn't you choose something else? And the other one goes, why don't you plan?
Yeah.
You've got
If you
so many
know so
opinions.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it is stressful trying to plan a holiday, but that also, I think Glenn was sharing, right, spending the money. So that's another stress during the holidays, and it is the financial stress. And if you think about, travels, there's a huge investment of money there, none
Yeah.
of which you can get back.
Yeah.
And then if you're talking about Christmas, you're talking about New Year, you're talking about Chinese New Year, and everybody will go, oh my gosh, the number of presents that we need to buy, we don't want to miss anyone out. There's also stress there. The money that you need to spend, the ang pao money that you need to pao. Yeah, so it can be stressful for quite a number of people.
Like we can ask FD actually, because I mean, he's got 3 kids, right? So I mean, he used to go for holidays all the time
All the
with the
time.
family. It's not cheap, right?
It's not cheap, and it is very, very stressful. Once they hit their mid-teens,
Oh my gosh.
it becomes even worse because you have to keep them entertained.
Yeah.
So we would go. Like I always told them that every holiday we did was for them to learn something. So when we went to the likes of Morocco or Turkey or wherever we went, it was a learning experience. They went there with their mind set on something.
Okay, I'm going to ask you again
Yeah.
on air. I'm going to ask FD.
Yeah.
How much he spent? The most expensive holiday.
Kiss 92 traffic.
A couple of What?
No, I'm just...
Did
Yeah,
you
I'm
look
just
up?
wondering. You know what? Kiss 92 listeners, if you see a cop on top of one of these overhead bridges, you let us know, and we'll let everybody know.
Message us 88550920.
Yes.
Also, if you see anything else besides the situations that I'm going to talk about on the PIE towards Tuas before Paya Lebar Road, look out for a broken down vehicle. Also on the AYE towards the MCE before the Jurong Town Hall exit, a broken vehicle has been spotted there as well. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. You know, I'm going to approach some of my MP friends and get them to discuss this in Parliament.
Yeah.
A good idea.
To get
Good
rid
idea.
of these people standing
Okay.
on overhead
Good idea.
bridges.
Good idea
Okay,
to
anyway,
bring it
back to what we've been talking about with Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Everybody give Dr. Gerry a big round of applause.
Yay!
Oh,
Every Tuesday,
what's happening?
I don't know why we feel good on Tuesdays, when you are here.
Always.
Truly, you are an award-winning psychologist.
We have no holiday blues.
Yeah, and you help everybody out as well.
is true.
Okay, so I forgot what I wanted to say already.
Holiday
Okay, so
blues.
we
over
were,
to you,
talking,
FD.
we were talking about organizing holidays for kids.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
How difficult it is because you've got to keep them entertained. Otherwise, it becomes very troublesome.
Of
Because I
course.
said FD, I've been working with him for so many years, and he's got 3 kids, and he used to go for holidays all the time.
Yeah.
Must have spent so much money, FD.
It is expensive.
It is
expensive.
I mean, there's financial stress as well, which you were talking about earlier, right, Dr. Jerry?
Yep.
And then there's
Yep.
planning stress.
Planning stress.
There's keeping
Yep.
everybody happy, because if you don't, there'll be long faces everywhere.
Exactly.
People will be throwing tantrums,
Yeah.
and not just the children, the partners as well.
You know what? I must tell you this. I had a friend once whose son must have been early teens. And it was always about where do we go on holiday? Where do we go on holiday? And one day they just turned to the boy and they went, oh, you want to go to Japan? You plan it.
That's okay.
No, they turned to him and said, you plan it.
All right?
And he had to sit down and do his research and where am I going to go and blah, 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 blah. And it was one of the best holidays he ever had.
I think that's a great idea. Get your kids to plan
Get
it.
the kids
Involved,
involved
yeah.
in the planning.
Don't let them book the tickets, though. Please
No,
don't.
but get them involved in the planning because then they have ownership of the holiday.
Yeah. They're
Yes.
like, I did this and I decided on this
Yeah.
and here we're eating here.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
It's a super idea.
Interesting. So I always say that I journey with everyone. Funny that, FD kind of mentioned about the kids planning. So I will be on holiday for 2 of our Therapy Tuesdays, which my son has planned, part of it.
Oh.
Josh,
There you go.
yes.
I will share how it is, how it's going actually. Yeah, so I will remember to share with all of you.
Yeah.
And where are you guys going?
Japan.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go, Japan.
Just as FD said.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Dr. Gerry, when we talk about holiday blues, I mean, besides the actual holiday, like going on a holiday
Yes.
or the festive
Yes.
seasons,
Yes.
and the financial stress and all that, what about gathering stress? Get
Yes.
together stress, where, I'm so stressed to see the entire family because I
Yeah.
know what questions are going to come at me.
Yeah.
For those who are unmarried, they're like, oh,
Precisely.
all these aunties. Those who are married don't have children.
Yeah.
Those who don't give enough ang pao or,
Yeah.
give too much, show up. It's all sorts of stuff that happens with family because
Yes.
they can't be easy, right?
Yes. So the increase in social activities during the holiday period can also be stressful for people because you see people you want to see and you see people you don't want to see. And you cannot get out of it because they say, oh, but it is Christmas. Oh, but it's Chinese New Year. Oh, but you're not working. So so a lot of people increasingly have taken to escaping the country so that they don't have to go for any of these gatherings. So you hear
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
leaving the country during Christmas period or during New Year so that they avoid everyone. They just say, sorry, I'm overseas.
Smart.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people are doing, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
way. I mean, protect yourself.
But
At all times.
But I want to speak to Dr. Gerry about that. Is it protecting yourself or is it just running away? We'll continue this conversation on the Big Show TV.
It's 8:16.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
with
know
you on
there's
that.
no obligation. I mean, nobody needs to force anybody to be anywhere. But is this? And I've been guilty of it as well. I've been guilty of like planning a holiday around Chinese New Year, not to miss the family gathering, but to make use of the long weekend and the holidays. Glenn, stop being rude. Yeah. And,
You could hear that?
yes.
Deliberately,
Yeah. See, even Dr. Gerry could hear it from Orchard Road.
Oh.
So is it running away? Is it, I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's really intentions, right? Like you say, some people make use of the long holiday, where they don't have the opportunity to take a long holiday for the rest of the year. But some people really deliberately take it because I don't want to be at this party. I don't want to
Yeah.
be at this gathering. So it really depends on intentions, right?
Yeah.
But it would be different. So if we are talking about a clinical disorder or we are talking about holiday blues, then we won't see someone going overseas because they would not have the energy to do so. It would be, them feeling very down and isolating themselves, withdrawing from people. So it's slightly different. So if you're still going overseas with your friends or family, then you're safe.
Well, that's quite drastic, right? Those that want to isolate and all that, because there are those that just feel it very little.
Yeah, so when you start isolating yourself, then that is no good. And if your friends realize that you're isolating yourself, then please, seek help because it is quite debilitating.
What can we do to help ourselves not feel the holiday blues?
Wow, the the holidays come around, and also you do need to know your triggers, right? So we spoke about financial stress. We spoke about like break in routine. Not having a routine during the holiday period, increase social activities, having to engage in a lot of different types of activities. So these are where you plan a holiday. So you go overseas and you pack your holiday. Then you feel like you need a holiday from a holiday because you say, I need to make use of every minute and every second since I'm overseas or since this is a holiday. And I need to be productive. Holiday is for you to rest and not for you to pack it in so tightly that you're completely wiped out after that. But some people still make that mistake. So they really pack it with a lot of activities. There are those that cannot say no. But go ahead.
No, I feel like FD is that person.
What?
Do you pack it in?
I make sure I have.
You pack it in,
no,
right?
I make sure I have what I call nothing days.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
do have nothing
That-
days
that's a
on a
good
holiday.
thing. Okay.
Otherwise, you're just too tired at the end of it. You're way too tired.
Yeah. So the ability to say no is very important during this period of time because sometimes people have that period to squeeze all the different activities, right? So this friend asks you out, that family member asks you out, and this person say, let's go do something. And you cannot say no. So learning to say no is very, very important.
Especially when you're old.
Yeah, but I feel like family.
When I was younger, I would say yes to everything.
Everything.
These days, I say no to many things.
But even family members shouldn't be so pressurizing as well, right? They shouldn't put so much pressure on people who don't want to turn up. Because,
Well, they
Do they?
tell you
Do they
it's
really
once
put pressure?
a year.
yeah, I think so. They make you feel bad. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah.
it's only once a year, but if you really don't want to go, you shouldn't have to go.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Very difficult in Asian culture to say.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go, you shouldn't have to go. You talk Chinese New Year, you don't have a choice.
Well, I never
really
had a
don't have a
choice as a kid,
choice,
but as
you
an
know.
adult, I feel like if I don't want to go, I don't go.
As a half-half, actually, I've
okay.
never had an issue. I'm serious. Because, when I say half-half, I really do mean half-half.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, family-wise, half are like really, really Eurasian. And the other half are like, really like
Chinese.
myself, half.
So-
It's like more Chinese,
Yeah.
but at the same time Eurasian. I don't know what the hell I am.
I
actually.
don't know.
Quite
Neither do we.
frankly.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I feel like I'm Chinese. Sometimes I feel like I'm
Yeah,
It's the beauty of both worlds.
I'm
but you see-
European.
Isn't
Yeah.
it awesome?
but I think for us it's a little.
I'm European.
No, but for us it's a little. For us mixed, it's a little difficult, a little different. But for the Chinese, for the Malays, for the Indians, when they celebrate, it's almost like I have to go. Am I right, Gerry? There's that I've
feels
got
like
obligation.
It's an obligation.
Obligation, yeah.
They don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice because they're made to feel like they don't have a choice. That's my opinion, though. I feel no one should be forced to do anything they don't want to do.
I think this reflects on the family. Like
That's
some
what I'm
families
saying,
are
they
okay, but
That's what I'm saying. Some families, they pressure everyone into going. You know what I mean?
So this is a very tough one, right? Because the different generations or the older generations, they don't recognize it, and they say it is tradition. So if it's tradition, you just have to do it, And we go to school, we learn about traditions also. If Monday you need to wear tie, you need to wear tie. You feel hot, you still need to wear a tie because it's tradition. So we've always been indoctrinated, or we've learned that you just follow, and if it's a tradition, you cannot change it. So it's a little bit difficult, this issue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So tradition is one, the ability to say no. I mean, saying no to different things. So saying no to also food. So during the festive period, right? If you take a lot of nice, yummy foods and you have no control, you don't know how to say no, that will get you into trouble also. So that's why you have lots of articles coming out, during the holiday period saying, please eat healthily. There's a lot of festive foods out there, but, make wise choices. So now there's Christmas, there's New Year, there's Chinese New Year. Oh my God,
Back to back, yeah. But festive calories don't count though. They shouldn't have to count. I mean, what?
Every calorie counts.
Yeah, but I mean, you're allowed to eat 5 pieces of bakwa. if
5
you want.
pieces of bakwa. That's
people
2
do.
million calories
You
right
all
there.
heard. You all heard. Angel said I can
Pineapple
eat
tart.
5 pieces of bakwa.
And you can have your pineapple tarts. as
And my
well.
pineapple.
Pineapple tarts are coming to all of you next year.
Yay!
Already ordered.
Yay!
Yeah.
Wow.
For
And
those
if
that want to order, Beyond Social Services, Bakers Beyond, they are open to take orders also. So I've already made my order.
awesome.
Can you ask them to this year, and I think it'll be a big hit. You just tell them to make
Bacon.
their tarts less sweet. And then they can put it on, include it on the label, no?
Yeah.
Healthier choice.
Yeah, healthier choice pineapple tarts. Oh my goodness, they'll sell double, no?
I'm
Yeah.
with you on
That's
that
the
one.
trend now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Just say-
It is
yeah.
though. Yeah,
Because-
lessen the sugar.
Yeah, because now we're talking about the Nutri-Grade and all that, right? A, B, C,
Yeah,
D for sweet stuff and all that.
For drinks,
I
yeah.
will let them know. I will let them know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for sure. I mean, pineapple tarts are already so sweet without, I think, a lot of additional sugar, right? Because
Yes.
pineapples are sweet,
Yeah,
especially
but-
the way they do it.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's just the way that they do it. So
How
they
about
lessen-
some sugar-free pineapple tarts?
Oh, it'll be just tarts then.
Tarts kosong.
That's it. It'll be,
kosong.
it'll be have a tart that's tart. Have a tarty tart.
Oh my
We
God,
know of a
yeah.
few tarts.
Yeah, oh my God, Glenn! Have a tarty tart.
Yes.
We got traffic coming out. We'll get into
There,
the-
like some of the cops on top. They're
The
tarts.
Oh,
Yeah.
How come they're only guys? Why don't we have like ladies up there?
maybe
as well?
there have been
I
women
don't
out there.
know.
You
I
don't know.
can't say.
Maybe they won't
You
complain
can't
so
see
much.
from so
There's
far.
a lady up there, scantily clad.
Oh.
Anyway, okay.
At the world.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the TPE towards the PIE after the Pasir Ris Drive 12 exit, look out for an accident vehicle. Also on the SLE towards the CTE before Mandai Avenue's exit, a vehicle has broken down on the same stretch, but this time before the TPE exit, another vehicle's broken down. So 2 vehicles have broken down on the SLE towards the CTE. Look out for those situations.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning and every Tuesday morning is the award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Gerry.
Good
You know-
morning.
Jerry, we have this
Orchard
comment. We have this comment on our Facebook from Matthew, and I'm just wondering. He says the flip side of this is it's the only occasion where families get together to see each other. And maybe that is part of the problem.
Yeah, they
The
should get
fact
together
that
more.
extended families do not get together the way we used to 20 or 30 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you think, Gerry?
It's true. It's true. I mean, in the past, the whole kampong stays together. You're seeing everyone every day, and the occasion becomes a little bit more joyful because it's like another gathering again. Yeah, and everybody knows what's happening with you, right? You don't need to play catch up once a year and have to be asked all the annoying questions. When are you getting married? Why do you lose weight? Why do you put on weight? When's the next baby coming? Or like, what has it got to do with you, right? So
But now it's even worse, I feel, because with everyone and their devices, even when they are at these gatherings, they're not at these gatherings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone's just on their phones. Even the kids, the toddlers, the babies, they're all being entertained by their iPads. They're not being bounced on the knees,
Yeah.
or they're not playing with each other. So it's even more detached.
Yeah, in a way it is. It is sad, but I guess that's them trying to escape. So if you ask the teens, like, why are you on your phone all the time, right? They say, I'm so bored. What do you expect me to do? Or they say, oh, I don't know all these people. So it can be cousins, right?
Yeah.
But they only, to what we were discussing, only meet once a year. And basically all these cousins are strangers. I don't know them. I've never played with them. I don't know their likes and dislikes, and in 1 hour or 2 hours, why would I want to get to know them when I'm not going to see them for another 364 days?
Yeah.
So what do you do with your kids? I mean, are your kids on phones and their devices when they go to gatherings?
Oh, so all the kids watch one big device called the TV.
Okay, at least they're doing something together.
Yeah, or they have I think what is it on the, I don't know, PS5, whatever that is on the that you can project on the TV screen.
Yeah.
Or grandparents are like, why are you on the device? Which is very effective when someone older tells them that, right? It's like, oh, okay, I better get off it. Watching there.
But
No ang pao for you.
But Jerry, I mean, I'm 53 years old and I'm on my phone all the time, and I have no issues with like the younger generation, maybe because I don't have kids, right?
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's a different time. If kids want to be on their phones,
No.
so be it.
No.
I mean, these days it's our phones that saves us from our boredom as well. When we go and we are waiting for something, for example, we're on our phones and stuff like that. I've also come up with an agreement with the wifey that we can use our phones anytime, even if we're out for dinner. If she needs to look at a phone, so be it. If I need to look at my phone, so be it. If we are, in between somehow we're picking up our phones, that's fine. Because I think the problem comes when people try and change the whole situation. Like, for example, if parents keep harping on the fact, don't look at your phone, put your phones away and stuff like that, that's when, they rebel and there are issues. If you've brought your kids up right, okay, and just told them
Upbringing.
once or twice, look, it's family time, be less on the phone or whatever, it should be all right. But never to restrict. I mean, because
I get what you're
you know
saying.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a different time. We
Yeah.
belong to a different era
Yeah.
altogether.
No, I get what you're saying. The
Yeah.
phones we cannot live without. We cannot. And everyone needs their phone for everything. You cannot remember anything. You need to take your photos, what have you, be entertained and all that. But if you could just picture a table, say us all on a team,
Yeah.
and we all go out for dinner, and we're all on our phones,
Yep.
not actually communicating. That would be
What was the
annoying.
point?
I mean,
What was the
that's,
point of dinner?
that's an impossible situation.
No,
Not
no, no.
everybody will be on their phones.
but this
all,
is-
all 20
No,
of us.
But this is what happens with family gatherings. I mean, you
Yeah.
asked Dr. Gerry with
Literally.
the kids and all that. Nobody is communicating.
Then-
So what's the point?
It must be a boring gathering.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, but I do realize that the gatherings nowadays, we don't plan anything, we don't plan to do anything.
Activities, yeah.
Yeah, no activities. Where I don't know, when they are younger, we used to plan activities, get them together. They do
Yeah.
something they learn how to do something together. Or there's the, we send them outside to go and play, at the
Yeah.
playground or something like that.
Yeah.
So they have a common activity that they can partake together.
I just went to someone's 60th birthday party. I want to tell you what happened at that party when we come back.
All right, meantime, here's Jungkook standing next to you on Kiss 92.
Go ahead, Effie.
Okay, so we went to the 60th birthday party. Admittedly, we were there till 5 o'clock in the
I
morning
heard.
drinking.
I'm impressed.
But that's not the point. So we had 4 generations in this house.
Wow!
4 generations in this house. And nobody was on the phones.
What were y'all doing?
Simple. It wasn't the kids. It was the adults that got up from their tables and engaged the children.
How?
They just got up and started to talk.
Right.
They got up and they go, what are you guys doing? How's school? What? They just got up and started to talk and basically stopped treating them like, oh, you're little kids, you're
He's
at
in
that
the corner,
table.
yeah.
I think I have an explanation. The kids were all shocked that you old people were up at 5 a.m. in the morning. As in, without sleeping. It's like I can't stay up that late.
The kids were probably going, It's time to go home already.
Exactly.
No,
These old people are superheroes.
What I'm trying to point out here is so often we turn to the kids and we blame the kids for being on their phone. We blame the kids for not interacting. But we, as adults, as the older members of the family, do not engage them.
Precisely what I was trying to say just now.
We need to engage them. And I think then you will have less stress and these parties will become far
Because
more
if it's
enjoyable.
interesting, why would they be on their
the
phones?
And also I agree with Dr. Gerry. Nobody does any activities anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when I was growing up, and it was always Saturday at my paternal grandfather's house, Sunday at my maternal grandmother's house, and that was every week. There was no excuse. You had to go, and I really appreciate that now. And when it came to Christmas at my paternal grandfather's house, because they're Peranakan, they would have the Christmas tree up with ang paos hanging off the Christmas tree, and every grandchild, so there was a mix of the two cultures, right? Every grandchild would pick an ang pao. Everything would have $10, and one would have $50 in it.
Yeah.
So there was always that to look forward to, an activity that took up like half an hour, and I think a lot of people don't do that anymore. Give the kids things to do besides the PS5 and the watching TV and the movie and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe this Christmas season.
So hopefully we've given you some ideas for this Christmas season.
Yeah, to start planning some stuff. You have plenty of time.
The old-fashioned way of taking out the board games, it's very, very useful also. So go get a board game and learn how to use it. I do know that the children still love it, but they have not learned how to play together in real life. So they always use this phrase, right? In real life. So they play it virtually, but when they see each other and they see each other in real life, they don't know what to do with each other. And you take out a board game, they stare at the board and they say, what do we do with it? I say it's exactly the same as on screen lah. But now you get to touch, you get to feel, and you get to interact with everyone.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or even something like a treasure hunt that could be fun for the younger kids as well.
Treasure hunt will be fun.
Treasure hunt, little clues everywhere, and they go look for whatever.
I think if I were a kid,
Easter
right,
eggs.
I wouldn't. Board games will not appeal to me anymore.
Yeah, because it's limited as well. Yeah, it's limited to 4, and then you got to learn the rules, and then it's a bit of time.
Even for me, I grew up playing board games, but you ask me to play board games now, like it's nostalgic and all that. I'm like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
Like Monopoly and all that.
But you would do something
or
that's
Risk.
more physical.
Like charades, something like charades.
Yeah, that's still okay. That's still
Pictionary
fun.
is cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe that will take some of the stress out of the holiday season this time.
Yeah, or get the kids to plan it as
maybe.
well.
Yeah.
Get the kids
But
to...
I also want to pick on something FD mentioned just now. Staying up until 5 a.m. So
Right?
Yeah, a bunch of 70-year-olds staying up
Can
till
you
5 a.m.
imagine? I'm so impressed. I was
How
talking
is that
to my
possible?
husband about it yesterday. I'm like, FD stayed up till 5 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't gossiping. He's like, wow, my hat's off, man. Hats off to
Yeah, I
him.
swear, these days, 11 p.m., my eyes are feeling heavy already.
And you
No.
came into work on Monday looking fine.
But you know what it was? You know what it was?
What?
It was everybody interacting with everybody.
No, it was the alcohol.
No, it's you.
Trust me, it's the alcohol.
It's you. I've said this many... Oh! What's that? Something went off. The alarm went off. There was a little bit of a...
there was an alarm that went off. But it was playing though.
You see, folks, now you know this, because you're watching us off the air. Did you hear that alarm?
Did you hear the beeping?
That alarm goes off, it means that there was
Nothing
a
is
little
playing.
bit of a
Dead
of
air.
dead air on radio just now.
But
Everything's
something
okay?
was playing though.
Oh, I
Huh?
see.
It was the commercial. That means maybe there was a little bit of a longer pause
Yeah,
before.
could be.
Yeah. We have to
And
check
then
with
soon
our
you'll see people start running
master control room. Anyway.
Yeah. So where were
everything's fine now. What was I saying just now?
in. The why he was up till 5
Why
o'clock.
I was up till 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. So this guy, he's always been a party guy anyway. So, he's stronger than most of us. I mean, I remember the last time round, we were out for a Christmas party or some station party or whatever. I was so tired. I left at around 10:30 or 11 o'clock. He stayed out with Andre. And they were out till like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning.
Wow. They had hall passes that night, I'm
Oh
sure.
my goodness. Somewhere it was the sleazy part of Boat Key.
Oh, I remember this story. Yes, I remember this story.
Yeah.
You know this national radio, right?
Well,
I mean, it's still the same thing.
no, like nobody is
No,
watching
but
us.
what I'm trying to say is this 60-year-old party, and I'm saying this
60-year-old party.
the party for the 60-year-old was
Even
because
worse.
there was alcohol. I'm not denying it, but there was also
Was there
this-
drugs?
No, there was also this incredible mingling of people of different ages, and that's what kept this going.
Yeah.
There was a
feel.
connection of the minds, he's saying.
No, it wasn't a
I had to
connection.
ask this. I had to ask that question because you know how hippies are.
Hey!
That's true. They grew up in the
Yeah, yeah.
70s. And
No, and I'm sure there were older people. They were celebrating someone's 60th birthday.
Yes.
But I'm sure there were
of course, he said 4 generations.
4 generations.
How
There you
old
go.
was the oldest person there?
90.
Must have been
102.
No. Late 80s maybe.
Oh my god, late 80s, and they were up till 5 a.m. in the morning.
No, that one went to bed
Who,
early.
who was the oldest at the 5 a.m. party?
You.
Yeah,
Who was the youngest at the 5 a.m. party?
17-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, but that's cool. It spanned generations.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So cute. But as I was saying, for those that are listening in, you can
He
have
says
your
no one
own-
is watching, so it's fine. It's just us.
Okay, we'll just chat, like 5 a.m.s are okay for like once or twice.
Okay,
in
Gerry,
the
hold on. We go on
holiday.
air and you say this. We say
5
this on
a.m.,
air.
right?
Okay, stand by.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning, thought I'd write a pop hit. How quickly can you take your clothes off, pop quiz?
Sabrina Carpenter, daughter of Karen Carpenter.
No, stop
Nonsense.
spinning rumors.
Nonsense.
The
See?
correct nonsense, yes.
See what I did there?
Okay.
Anyway, you tuned in to Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. Gerry, you were saying?
Yeah,
Good
we were
morning.
just
Yes,
talking
I was
about
saying.
FD's late night.
Yeah, impressed as we are, keep that, to a limited number of times. Make
Yeah.
sure you get your regular amount of sleep because that's the other stress when people have too many late nights and too much alcohol.
Yeah.
So that will
listening?
also increase tension. It will increase all the mood issues, irritability, and we really don't want that.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
don't want to mess with your mood. Let's keep a regular sleep cycle also.
Yeah.
So
This
we
is not
have-
something you do every weekend, you know.
No.
He's already looking forward to this weekend.
I just want to say
yeah.
I have quit alcohol except red wine and whiskey.
Ken,
And how is that
really? Are
quitting
we,
alcohol?
are we allowed to do that?
How is that quitting alcohol?
I have quit alcohol except for vodka. How about that?
I've
Yeah, I
quit
think that's
all
okay.
alcohol except for gin.
Okay, yeah, I think we've all
And-
quit alcohol.
Not more than twice a week. Ah, you see?
At 2 bottles a time, why not?
Of whiskey and red wine.
Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm cutting down.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
It's a good thing.
It's a
Yeah,
very
it's a
good
good
thing. You used to drink every day. You still do.
I think all my praying for wisdom is paying off.
I think it's not wisdom, it's control.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But without wisdom, you won't be able to control it. You know what I mean?
This is true.
Okay. You mean you didn't have a brain before?
I,
No, never mind.
There. Dr. Gerry has caught you there.
Because sometimes I go to church and all that, right? After I pray, and there's so many 101 things that you're praying for.
Yeah.
And these days I'm thinking like, that's a lot of effort. So I just pray for one thing only: wisdom.
Yeah,
That's it.
manifestation
And wisdom
of that.
will
yeah.
govern your entire life.
Everything.
Exactly.
Yes.
It will govern
Right.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, anyway.
Holiday blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
um,
Wrapping up.
Wisdom is good. So the wisdom of, doing the right thing during the holidays.
yes.
Yep.
Just like you, Gerry, you're a very wise person. That's why you're a psychologist. Can you imagine if you're not wise?
I still get my left and right wrong. So I don't know whether that's very wise.
Oh,
You
we
left it.
have a friend that had a solution for that. Just tattoo it on your hands.
Yeah.
left
Sean
and right.
Tupaz.
Yeah,
Sean
I
Tupaz.
didn't want to say.
He tattooed right on his left.
Yes, and left on his right.
on his right.
Yes.
So that when he's conducting his spin classes, he'll be
Put your
able
right
to.
hand.
Yes.
You know,
The mirror image of it.
I know
Why do you
we're-
think it's not on the show anymore?
Yeah, I know we're all having a great laugh about this, but I'd like to put a challenge out there this Christmas
Okay.
Yes.
as families gather. I challenge the adults to engage the children. That's the
Nice.
challenge I put out there this Christmas for the adults to engage the kids.
Okay.
Forget about the kids engaging. You know, adults get out there and engage the kids and understand how much fun you can have with them.
Actually, you know what? I think FD should conduct a course.
On engaging
on
children.
what?
No, because
engaging children.
you've been engaging your kids all your life. You'll be a good person actually to guide,
Yeah.
young parents along or
and you
young girl
engage
even
parents.
dare
crowds
say
all
I
the
could.
time.
Yeah, right, Jerry.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
you can
dare
do
say
something
that.
together with.
Parenting. He can be a parenting coach.
Ooh,
Yes,
you
I
can.
think so.
Lovely perspective.
Yeah,
I
there
think
are
so.
parenting coaches out there.
Charge people like maybe
Premium.
$350 to $400
Per
each.
what? Each. Oh,
They
each.
come-
Oh,
yeah.
wow, okay.
I'd rather just sit here and say, engage your children. You will understand what beautiful people they are.
See, he doesn't
Yes.
want any business ideas. Any final words, Dr. Gerry?
Yeah, so besides, what we can do, having a choice, adequate sleep, choose the people you want to engage in, and have a budget for your holiday, I want to quote Louisa May Alcott, the author that wrote Little Women and Little Men, one of my favorite authors, and she says, "A holiday isn't a holiday without plenty of freedom and fun."
Yeah.
Yes.
So true.
Nice.
Are you going to be with us next week? You say you're going to Japan.
Not yet. So
Okay.
next week I'll still be with all of you. We'll be having a teen camp, so I will be at Changi Chalet doing the
show.
hopefully the Wi-Fi holds up. But yes, I'll do the show there. Yes, and then after that I'll be overseas. So
I just want to add something that Jen messaged us on our YouTube about a Christmas idea for a game with the kids. Play Kahoot.
Yeah.
Questions relating to Christmas and some relating to each other.
Oh,
She
I
says,
just deleted my Kahoot app.
she says it's a whole lot of fun. So
Yeah.
there's an idea for Christmas.
Okay.
lovely. So we'll see all of you next week. See
Thank you,
Bye.
Jerry. All right, we've been speaking to Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. Up next, One Republic. This is Sunshine on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place.